one, I grew up in the Bronx, and where I grew up at is where actually the hip hop started, the birth, I should say. And up the block from me was Bronx River, and that's where they used to have the Zulu Nation anniversaries, hip hop anniversaries in the community center. And I used to go up there as a kid and sneak in, to the center and watch the DJs like Kool Herc, Bambaataa, Islam Flash, and those guys. And I think Jam Master Jay was up there too, and as well. And he used to throw these hip hop events, and I used to go up there and just see how I was just kind of like, wow, just seeing how the DJ was controlling the crowd with these breaks, bongo rock and all of that. I was just like, whoa, and I was just like, and bugged out. I was just like, yeah, I want to do that, First I started breakdancing, then I was like, oh, I want to start DJing, controlling the crowd with records. And from there on, that's when I asked my mom for some turntables for Christmas, and couldn't afford the expensive 1200s, so I got the cheap JVC and worked with that, and I got some crates and made a table in my room and called my friends over and started making things happen, started playing around in my community. Just from, watching other DJs, like Jam Master Jay, videos, seeing him work his thing, listening to the radio, to like Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out, P-Fine and those guys, Awesome Slew, hearing how they were mixing, and going to the, like those hip hop parties that they would have going on, events and stuff. Observing and listening, and I also had a friend in my neighborhood who had turntables at the time, and I used to go to his house, and he would let me play on his turntables till I got better, and then he's like, okay, it's time for you to go. You leave a little early, you're getting a little better than me, but he's a great guy. His name was Mark Gibbs, I think. Yeah, Mark Gibbs. And there was another friend of mine named Jerome, too. He's a DJ. I've been contributing my skills DJ-wise to a lot of different musicians, and when I started out, at the time, I was just looking at it just as me, looking at the musicians as a third turntable, and just practicing my mixing skills around the musicians and stuff, and just finding colors and sounds to blend to what they were doing, as well as scratching in between, like, if I was a percussionist, and so when I got more mature and comfortable, when the time was right for me to, step in front and be the leader, it was the right time, just playing with all those different musicians. It was like a wonderful experience. And also, seeing other DJs as well, doing their thing and stuff like that, it all came together like one. I think I expanded the definition of hip-hop, what hip-hop is, and that's in a whole unity, and I don't think I've taken it out of hip-hop. I think it's all, it's still part of hip-hop, and, I just put it in another form, musically, and just expressing it, as an instrument, showing everybody, yes, this is an instrument. This is how it started off as an instrument, and, working with these musicians coincide, it all came together. It's unity as a whole, and that's, if you look at back in the days, with Afrika Bambaataa, he said, hip-hop is unity, and it's all together, things like that. And that's what, that's how I look at it, with bringing all the musicians playing around me, and me being the leader, and having all these different musicians up there. And we all communicating on stage, too, as well. You have to have, everybody has to be in the right state of mind and vibe off each other. You can't just throw cats up there and stuff like that. Everybody that I've played with, that's on the stage with me now, I've played with them before, and I know how they play, and from the percussionist, E.J. Rodriguez, the Latin vibe, and you know, the drummer Scooter Warner, you know, and the saxophonist Casey Benjamin, you know, everybody knows each other very well, and they know me very well, so they know how to play off of each other. A lot of colors, a lot of things going on, and you know, and as well as, you know, incorporating the whole hip hop aspect too in it, you know, as well as fusion, as well as Latin, as well as jazz and hip hop. Everything's all in all. I mean, I would have to go back to the old school because you learn it from the basics and you get all the way, you know, up to the present, I should say. You know, you want to. It's just like, oh, scratch. I have to say it would have to be Rocket for me, because that, you know, when I start hearing that, the rhythms that, you know, DX was doing, like, I was wondering how he was doing that, and that's something I was practicing at home. And even the Run DMC records, you know, and Jam Master Jay, that was like one of my favorite records. Like I said, Jam Master Jay, Jason J, you know, I was like, yo, that's my record. So I used to cut that record up all the time. And what else? The records that you hear today were Premier, you know, scratching up different vocals and stuff, and, you know, just making a chorus with just scratching, you know. And Pete Rock, you know, another cat, you know. That's how I say. Actually, I got this one record that's real cool, and it became useful for me. And you know, I recommend you know, other DJs if they want to do something like that. It's this turntable record that I got from Berkeley, and these, you know, Berkeley's a musician just for musicians, and they put like a record together with just all instrument sounds and stuff, just for DJs to scratch, to create their own little thing. And I think A-Track did something on there as well as Mixmaster Mike. They showcased some, but that's like a fantastic record to, like, you know, cut up. And, you know, it has horn sounds, it has bass sounds, it has ambient noise sounds, you know, etc. It's DJ Tools, you know, it's like DJ Tools, but it's like musician instruments and stuff like that, which is great. I think the part blending. Yeah, because, you know, the tempos, you know, it's a lot of different tempos, and just to be able to create and trying to take something that's probably like a couple BPMs a little faster than something else, and, you know, putting it, and especially even acapella records, trying to put acapella records on top of a groove, you know, just having the ear, you know, and it takes time, because I mean, I didn't even learn it that quick.